Hey guys, Infidel1258 here. Today I want to talk to you about the best investment for you in Splinterlands today and some very specific reasons why. It boils down to Lux Vega coming out, guys. On November 15th, which is a week away, we are getting what is probably the most singularly influential card that Splinterlands has ever released. And I say that because it's a summoner, and summoners always have a radical impact on the meta of Splinterlands, but also because this is unique in that it is neutral. And because of its neutrality, that it's not going to be a specific splinter, not bound by most of the rules and conditions through which you can or can't play a specific summoner. It's going to be so much more ubiquitous, so much more commonly played, so much more often available. And it is a strong card. We know it is already because we've seen how strong Kelia is, and it's very much Kelia plus. And so it's a good card. It's available all the time. It's relatively inexpensive, and it is because maybe we need to spend, we'll start there. But just suffice it to say, this card's awesome and it's going to be impactful. So what does that mean for you in terms of investment in this season of Splinterlands? I think it has direct implications for how you can best invest your dollars today and over the next week. Let's get into it. Like I said, we probably need to start with just even articulating some of the power of Kelia so that we can because we have to stand on that foundation. If Kelia is good, then it's desirable to position ourselves within the assets that can acquire Kelia, meaning DEC and vouchers. Vouchers are dirt cheaps. DEC is below peg. Both of them are, for that reason, an interesting buy. You might say there's been tons and tons of incentive and pressure and really a truly an aggressive effort by the Splinterlands team in attempting to restore the peg for DEC. And today, November 7th, there's been some significant dips in the market. So DEC has lost some of that ground that it gained. But I would argue this is, all the more a buying opportunity. So you might think, well, DEC, because one, it's fallen today. Two, it's below peg. Three, they've been so pushy about getting it back to peg. Sure, I think that's great. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm actually wanting to focus on vouchers today. And so for the rest of the video, because I do think I've articulated briefly how good that card is and why. And if you don't agree, I think you just need to wait and see. That card's going to be deeply impactful. I think you're going to be proven wrong if you're doubting that topic. So I'm going to take that for granted moving forward and just say, look, if that card's good, you want to have the assets to acquire that card. We know DEC's below peg, and that is an interesting purchase. And yes, it would be if you want to acquire a Lux Vega, understand that 1 million DEC is what you would require for that. It's going to cost you roughly $850 today to acquire that much DEC, maybe 900 because of some slippage and some fees and whatnot. But then you're getting a 10% discount at the end of if you buy a Vega off DEC because of that peg honoring that they're going to be giving. And then, better yet though, forget about that. Buy 500 vouchers for 28 cents a pop and understand that you're going to get $1 per voucher. Why is that better? Look at the proportions. Look at the magnitude of benefit. If you get a 10% discount by buying a Lux Vega with DEC, that's great. If you have DEC, that's great. Take advantage of that, own that, be glad for that. But if you have access to vouchers, if you already have vouchers, if you have money on the sidelines ready to step deeper into Splinterlands, vouchers. Why? Because Vega's awesome and they're gonna give you $1 for every voucher when it's selling currently for 28 cents. That's huge. That's a 72 cent freebie for every voucher you have. You come in here and you need 500 of them. You're going to pay $130 to get 500 vouchers, 28 cents each. Call it 30 cents each. You need 500 vouchers times 30 cents each because maybe some slippage. You're paying $150 US to get those to get those vouchers, and then you're immediately going to sell them for $500 toward the Lux Vega that we already agree, that we presumably we both agree is an amazing summoner that you're going to want. It's a max level card. It's going to be playable in almost every single rule set. It's going to absolutely be good because we know Kelly is already good and the win rates around Kelly are very strong. So this card will compete at a high level and is going to play so frequently. It's so much bang for so much buck, and there's discounts on discounts because of DEC and vouchers and how those mechanics are working in the honoring of PEG through Splinterlands. But yes, DEC is great. Vouchers just happen to be better. And you might say, well, is this advice to go all in vouchers because you're saying vouchers are going to spike? No, I don't even care if they spike. That's the beauty of this advice. Because I like because I like Lux Vega, I like vouchers. I want the maximum. I want to pay as little as possible for my Lux Vega. The way to do that is to acquire 500 vouchers and 500,000 DEC. And if you already have your DEC, which I do, great. Maybe you don't. Again, that's below peg too. So there's some discounts there too. But the big bonus is going to come in the form of $150 spent to and $500 worth of sale value. That's what this is. For $150 I get $500 off my Lux Vega, and the opportunity is now. And if you have a Splinterlands voucher, the opportunity is guaranteed. So because this is where we'll finish. The one risk to this advice is that you go hard on vouchers thinking you're going to get 10 copies of Lux Vega. You spend, you don't just buy 500 vouchers, you buy 5,000 vouchers. That's crazy. That's you're going to move the market, first of all. Second of all, you're not probably going to get all those Vegas. There's only 700 possible that you could be available if you don't already have a Splinterlands Splinterfest ticket voucher. And so be careful around that side of it, because if you go heavy on vouchers at this moment and you can't get into a Vega, you're going to be left holding a bag of vouchers that long run I'm confident about, long run, but short run can keep right on bleeding out. So this is the most exciting investment opportunity in Splinterlands today. It is in part because much of it is locked up. It's certain, it's promised, but there's this element of risk around, well, what if you don't even have a Splinterfest ticket? Then you don't have a guaranteed spot. And if you don't have a guaranteed spot, you're fighting with 40,000 other living human beings plus bots to buy up those 700 Vegas. And you do not want to be the last one holding these vouchers, especially if you come in now driving up the price, paying 30-40 cents per voucher in the coming days. On the heels of the announcement on the town hall today that vouchers are going to take off a $500 discount from this card. So I expect this price to tick up over the coming days as we get closer to the actual release, which is the 15th of November. In the meantime, and regardless of any of that, I'm going to get these knowing that I personally have 2 Splinterfest tickets. Therefore, I can necessarily buy at least 2 copies from them. And simultaneously, I'm going to try and buy others from the market of the 700 available to the public. So this is the biggest investment because Lux Vega is the best summoner that, maybe not the best, it's not the best summoner ever, but it is so cheap and so strong and so impactful because of how often it's going to be playable. So because of Vega, vouchers are the most amazing opportunity at this moment. It's a guaranteed, man, as long as you can get that Vega. And if you got that Splinterfest ticket, you know you can get that Vega. So make sure you got those 500 vouchers to account for every one of your Splinterfest tickets. And if you feel lucky, this might be a moment to try and take a bite at this in preparation to trying to get at least one of the Vegas off of the marketplace. Ooh, that would be good, man. That'd be crazy if you could get one. And then I think they can turn gold foil, by the way, which would be crazy. So this is exciting. I'm pumped for Vega. I think this is going to change your game in a major way. So I'm excited. I hope this was interesting. If it was and you watched till the end, guys, consider liking and subscribing. Have an amazing day. God bless.